Welcome to the 2014 NBA Draft Breakdown of Andrew Wiggins. I'm David Locke. 6'8", 197, 19 years of age. He averaged 17.6 rebounds. The shooting, 45% from the field and 34% from three. He is a fabulous athlete, and he got better as the year went on. There are some concerns about his hands and his touch and whether it's impacting his shooting, but let's watch what everybody loves about him. The explosion, the speed, the athleticism, the way he glides through the game of basketball. When he gets in the open floor in the NBA, he will be even better. The college game's so much slower, and when he got out in the open floor here, he's just fabulous. Jumping passing lanes, making plays just because he gets places faster than anyone else. And look at him when the game spreads out, as the NBA game does. His quickness is just marvelous. Nice cuts to the basket. He feels the game well. He's usually in the right place. He understands what to do. And look at him run up high here over the top of Duke for the slam dunk. It's unprecedented. There aren't many guys in the league that runs like he do. Look at this second jump on this. He misses, goes back up. That may be as good as anyone in the NBA the day he enters. Running again here, outrunning Jabari Parker and Duke to the basket. This is what people love, hanging in the air. These are unteachable, uncoachable skills. Now, the concern I have a little bit is, as athletic as he is, why didn't he just dunk right there? And there'll be one more coming up in a second. This one in traffic he's able to finish. But should he dunk this as he explodes down the baseline? Feels like he should maybe. Just makes a lot of plays. Shot 78% from the free throw line, but as we go through his shooting, you'll see there's some real concerns on it. His athleticism, as you see here, just gets him through so much. Quick step, explosion, in the lane, drawing fouls. We'll dig into that even more as we move forward. And one last rim rocker from Andrew Wiggins. Now, you've heard about how passive he is. That's not his fault. This is Kansas's offense. He's on the far side. They don't interchange their wings. They don't set off-ball screens. They don't free you. You go down the floor, you set up in your wing spot, and you just stand there. He does, again, this happens all the time. It's not just Wiggins. If you look at the other wing, he's doing the exact same thing. This is how they run their offense probably 75% of the time, and the wings just come up the floor, stand on the outside, and maybe they get a play or not. Let's dig into the details of this youngster from Canada. This is the best part of his game other than his open floor game. His first step is just awesome. Boom, to the left, fouled. Catches here, straightens up. To the right, fouled, and to the basket. Nobody stopped him. Jabs left, goes right, spins in the lane, and draws the foul again. Jab right and go right into the lane. In the open floor of an NBA half-court set, this first step is dynamite, spinning on Marcus Smart. In the 5 games I watched, here was the next one coming up after this, is the first time I saw anyone stop him. Smart was able to draw an offensive foul. Catches here, goes, Smart gets out in front and draws the foul as Wiggins fends off. But Smart trailing on this one instead. So often, and it's just athleticism flips it back out. That first step, open floor NBA game, when defenses are rotating, that's Brown. That's an NBA player he went by right there. Now, his shooting is not good, and if we watch his catch and shoot, it's really off. I tried to dig into this as much as I possibly could to see what's going on, and this is where the question comes. Is there a fundamental flaw in these misses, or is it something in his hands? Look, he's missing by a lot. And whether or not maybe he doesn't have a very good touch. Another miss. This one rattled. That looked a little bit better. Wide open, catch and shoot. He's got a nice high release. He comes forward. His feet seem to be pretty good as you watch it here, but it's just off regularly. Here's a great look. He's on the far side. They gave him a ton of space. He took his time. He buries it. Now look at it. Good feet. Body is vertical. Hands are up. Now, if you watch the next step, see how the right hip has now come a good deal forward? That may be the flaw that needs to be fixed. You'll see it here on a corner three as well. And that right side comes out a little bit more. He misses. And one more for you. He actually is going to bury this one nicely. Off the dribble shooting, same problem. And actually, if that is the problem, that swaying of the right hip becomes more pronounced, as you see right there. Again, missing by a good deal. Loose on the handle. I'm very concerned on the touch and feel that his hands have. You can't teach this. And when he misses in different ways and by a lot. Now, on the other end, if he can start making the one dribble step back like he just did right there, look out. I think he scores 20 a game in the NBA. Whether he's going to become a all-star MVP is this touch feel issue. But this drive, stop and pop off the foul that he makes right here, oh my. If he can do that with his isolation ability, it's special. But you saw the sway of the right hip there, or is it a feel issue? I'm not sure. Rising off the dribble, bang. That's what makes him so fabulous. You can't, if he can make this jumper as he does here, a three, and look how effortlessly, again, the good form, the right hip forward, great release point. I mean, that is unstoppable. If he puts this all together, this is where he becomes a Tracy McGrady-esque scorer in the NBA. Pick and roll in the college game is kind of a mess because they allow a zone. But this is the only time I saw him in 5 games go to the basket. Otherwise, almost all of his pick and roll is this right here where they go into the pick or under it and he rises up, which is what you're supposed to do. Here they go over and he throws a nice pass. Good read. He reads the game very well. I've heard the criticism that he's just an athlete, not a basketball player. I'm not sure I agree. Again, though, on the pick and roll, if they go under every time and he can start to make this shot right here, which he then misses on that one, again, that's 20, 25 points a game if he can make this because he's going to get his open floor opportunities. He's going to be an elite scorer in the NBA with his athleticism, and if he can shoot a little bit, it'll be great. But the question is, why can't he shoot right now? And the handle had me concerned. I thought he just wasn't strong enough. He gets ripped a lot and loses the ball a lot. Is it handle in the sense of that he doesn't have good feel for the basketball? Again, look here. The dribble's kind of out of control, turns it over. Or is it strength? If it's the first, then there's a real problem. Spins, loses the ball. This happens with regularity, just losing the basketball. My first thought as I watch such as that, it's strength, but I'm beginning to wonder because when you dig into his passing, he just airballs some of these. Again, a good feel for the game, but what's that? Nice entry pass, does that very well. You'll see some others where he reads the defense, but this one he throws a 90-mile-an-hour fastball to a guy 6 feet away from him. Fast break here. Nice handoff for the slam dunk. If it's a read, he's on it. If it's a touch, questionable. Good ahead pass, not selfish in any way. Here he's going to get a 3-on-2. Makes the correct call, finds his man for the bucket. It's Embiid, and he's fired up. Defensively, it's athleticism. And it covers up for a lot of parts about being a 19-year-old college basketball player. And it's pretty awesome. Here's the drive in the lane. Just blocked. That's an NBA possible player right here. Here's Hood, another NBA player. Cuts off and just absolutely takes away his shooting line. Jabari, air ball in the middle of the lane over Wiggins. And I didn't just pick his highlights. I picked everything. Here, Jabari decides to overpower him, which is the right play by Jabari. He fouls him. So you look up close, pretty nice defense. Good lateral quickness, keeping his hands on him, battling, does foul him. Drive here, cuts off his lane to the basket, doesn't get pushed out of the way, forces a bad shot. He's not flawless. Forces the turnover there on Marcus Smart cutting off. He'll get lazy. He'll get beat the same way as other young kids do, particularly as the season went on. It happened a little bit more as I think he started to conserve. Here he sees the pick, steps to the pick. Oh, got beat with a foul. But here he's got his feet wrong. He gets it taken advantage of, and he still forces a crazy shot with his defense. Because he's such an athlete, look at the way he alters that shot by just getting out. NBA, you got to do pick and roll defense, and again, in the collegiate game, it's hard to tell, so I took the best I could here. Early in the season, this is November game, he just blows this. It's as though he doesn't know exactly what he's supposed to do on that coverage. Here it is again. The pick's coming. They think they want him to just try to get back to the ball. He doesn't. These are all in November against Florida. Pick comes. It's a double this time. He gets hit once. Twice he gets around it, but I think the set play was much more to flare out. Here against Duke, he gets caught up on a Jabari pick, doesn't get off it. So that doesn't look great. Most college players don't. Generally, though, his defense is actually okay. Why? Because of his athleticism. Cuts into the lane. And this is, again, early, steps back, able to recover. This is the November game against Florida. On his man, digs into the post. Good read. I was impressed by kind of his understanding of plays defensively, where he's supposed to be, and it only got better as the season went on. Here he's down low trying to cover a baseline pick, and he covers the top side, which will have to change in the NBA. In the NBA, you got to force him one way or the other. If you cover the top and react to which way he goes, you're dead. But that also may be the way Kansas taught it. Altering a shot in the corner with his incredible jumping ability. Down low, slides over nicely, gets called for a foul. I'm not sure whether I agree with that call. He's down low, gets out on the shooter. Bad closeout right there. Here he's down low again, covering the baseline, just lets his guy come out either way. That's not going to work in the NBA. He's going to have to choose which way he wants his guy to go and play lock and trail. Here he just kind of plays, I'll stay with you because I'm not worried about you. He's down on the bottom right now in the restricted area, and I like this. He gets out to a shooter, alters the shot in time while covering the area. Again, he's on the near side low. His guy comes across off the pick, realizes the ball's on the strong side, stays there, keeps an eye on where his man is, slides out, is there in time. Here, cuts off the driver. Good feel defensively. Very teachable. Nothing that should make you a nice block shot. Too worried. If you were grabbing him defensively, you're going to have to teach him your systems. I love this. Misses the steal, and then is such a good athlete, he gets back and forces an air ball. That's what he can do. It's the same, again, uncoachable, credible quickness to who he is. Down low rebounding, it's the same story. The question for him, as you see his rebounding prowess in traffic, is going to be the hands. Always making the right play, throwing it ahead. Here, yeah, he's not particularly strong. He'll get pushed out underneath and get moved on this one. But then on the other end, in traffic, without a body on him, he goes and gets it. That's Andrew Wiggins. 2014 NBA Draft Breakdown. I'm David Locke. Follow me on Twitter at LockedOnSports or at YouTube, David Locke. Thank you very much for tuning in.